Hey there, ever noticed how central banks are suddenly stocking up on gold like it's going out of style? You might think it's just because gold is shiny and cool, but there's actually a bigger strategy at play. In today's video, we're going to break down why central banks are hoarding gold in 2025, and what this means for the economy going forward. Trust me, it's more important than you think, why the trend is happening. Now, this isn't something that just started yesterday. Since 2008, central banks all around the world have been quietly increasing their gold reserves. But what's crazy is that over the past decade, the rate of gold accumulation has really picked up. Countries like China, Russia, and India are leading the charge. And why? Simple. Gold is a hedge against economic instability. With inflation creeping up and currencies bouncing around, gold acts as a kind of financial insurance. It's stable, and it holds value when everything else seems to go sideways. Example, take Russia for instance. In 2022, they increased their gold reserves by 200 metric tons, and China, they've been buying gold almost every year for over a decade now. These countries are basically saying, forget depending on the US dollar. We need something that's globally recognized and out of the reach of one single country. Gold as a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. As inflation gets worse and currencies lose value, central banks, especially in emerging markets, are turning to gold to protect themselves. Think of gold as your financial safety net. It's something that holds its ground, even when everything else is falling apart. It's no surprise that during times of crisis, like the 2008 financial meltdown or the COVID-19 pandemic, gold was the go-to asset. It didn't lose value when the stock market did. Key point. And here's the kicker. Central banks aren't just worried about inflation. They're preparing for something bigger, a global financial collapse, and in that scenario, paper money. Yet, that's not going to do much. Geopolitical factors and gold hoarding. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Geopolitics. Tensions between major powers like the US and China are really driving this gold rush. Countries are starting to see gold as more than just a metal. It's a strategic asset. Unlike the US dollar, which can be manipulated by the government, gold is universally accepted and can't be controlled by one nation. Example, China and Russia have been making moves to become less reliant on the dollar for global trade. And what are they doing to protect their assets? They're stockpiling gold. It's a way to protect themselves and their economies from the risks of the dollar losing dominance. What this means for investors. So, what about us, the everyday investors? Should we be hoarding gold too? While central banks have all the resources and time to stack up gold, for individual investors, gold can be a bit more volatile. But the lesson here is simple: diversify. Gold can be a great addition to your portfolio, especially when inflation is high and other investments, like stocks, are up and down. It's a great way to add some stability. Tip: just don't go all in on gold. It's a great hedge, but remember, balance is key when investing. The potential risks of gold hoarding. Now, before you get all excited about gold, let's talk about the potential downsides. If central banks keep hoarding gold and its price skyrockets, we could see a gold bubble. And here's the kicker. As the world moves more into digital currencies, central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, the reliance on gold could start to fade. So, while gold is important now, don't ignore the digital future. Conclusion and final thoughts. So, what does this all mean? Central banks hoarding gold is part of a bigger financial strategy to protect against economic instability, inflation, and geopolitical risks. It's not the magic fix for everything, but it's a clear signal that nations are preparing for the future. And as investors, that's something we should pay attention to. Closing tip: if you're an investor, keep an eye on gold and other global trends. It's a reminder that diversification is still one of the best ways to protect your wealth. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more financial insights. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think gold is the future of finance, or are we all just overhyping it? Drop a comment below.